while your average convenience store ATM holds around $20,000. Bank ATMs can contain up to $250K, and these guys are going for the big score. Just one ATM to go, please. This gives new meaning to the phrase gold digger. While his friends stand lookout, the excavator tears off the front wall of the bank's satellite branch, removing the entire ATM before they make their escape. After pulling down an entire wall and stealing an ATM, at least he remembered to turn off the ignition.
The risk of an ATM heist would be very high because even if they steal the ATM, it doesn't mean that they're going to get money from it. You have a limited amount of time. The GPS is on it, you're being tracked, and the cops are looking for you.
Police dubbed them the hole-in-the-wall gang. But after robbing 11 ATMs, the luck of the Irish finally ran out. And these filthy animals did not get to keep the change. Even a small-time ATM heist can net about 20 grand. But some criminals look to hit the jackpot. Good thing they went through the metal detector, or they really would have looked suspicious. In Le Fageron Casino in France, a few warning shots clear the gaming floor, so they can access the casino's cash cage. With chaos surrounding them, these crooks are doubling down. A grinder brings down the glass barrier between the thieves and the cash. But now they still need to get out without getting caught. And after a brief wrong turn, they're in and out in less than 2 minutes, making their escape just blocks away from the Interpol headquarters. Let's break it down. The security guard immediately tapped out, and the bystanders couldn't decide if this was real or a poorly attended flash mob. These thieves clearly scouted the casino's layout because they knew exactly how to get at the money and even brought along the correct tools. Angle grinders are used on construction sites to cut through 6-inch concrete or steel, and with a diamond-tipped blade, they can make any material bust. Casinos are required by law to carry enough cash to cover every chip in play, meaning they can hold anywhere from $60 to $120 million at any given time. One hell of a payday. Professional crooks put in years of research, planning, and money to tip the scales in their favor. Others believe experience is overrated. These Brazilian bandits are robbing a bank. While one hustles the teller in to open the safe, another stands guard against any threat. But sometimes the enemy is closer than you'd expect. The only thing more painful than that bullet wound is the damage done to his ego. This cowboy hit the bank to grab some cash, but after stopping at the local hospital to patch up his foot, police took him out in cuffs. Talk about a walk of shame. And now for the weather. In Maryland, a bank robber was intent on making it rain, but he forgot to bring a bag for all the stolen cash. So he attempted to carry it out in his umbrella? This cool criminal made it out of the bank, but the cops caught him after he slipped on some ice and split his head open. Some crooks are their own worst enemies. And while it's one thing to witness a break-in, it's a whole other to witness criminals trying to break out. These four thieves lifted over $2,000 worth of shades from a sunglass shop, but an employee locked the doors.
They're trying to steal, dumbasses!
The desperate crooks try to squeeze through a hole they made with a fire extinguisher.
Look at them!
Only for that effort to be quickly extinguished. This guy wants free snacks, but the clerk behind the glass won't let him exit. I guess this store isn't as convenient as he'd like. The laid-back vibe in this cell phone store might seem like an easy target for this common crook.
Hey!
But while he's distracted trying to bust the register, this quick-thinking store manager ushers everyone out and locks the robber in. Maybe he should call for help. They say insanity is trying the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. But those folks haven't tried hard enough. The robber tries to appeal to the shop owner's gentler nature before giving up and awaiting his inevitable fate.
Get your hands up! On the ground! On the ground! On the ground!
I wonder if they're gonna let him make his one phone call. In the US, over 1.1 million cars are stolen every year. Most unwitting victims lose their car, a backpack, and the best of Creedence Clearwater in the tape deck. But in the Texas heat, this baker is preparing for a wedding and loading the priceless cargo into her car, the cake. When she steps inside for a moment to grab her things, suddenly, the cunning carjackers chuck her phone out the window, so she can't track them or her sweet-smelling dessert. Fortunately, the cops pick up the scent and arrest the carjackers. But the baker only cares about one thing: her elaborate wedding cake. When the car is returned, she desperately checks the trunk. The dessert is destroyed, and with 30 minutes left, she tries to salvage the remaining pieces into a new cake. Hey, not bad. She arrives right at 6 p.m., cake in hand, and the day saved. Plus, she got her car back. Criminal ambition, wit, and their technology sharpen with every year. And every day, professional response teams lay down their lives to stop them. But the law isn't the only defense. In a flower shop, a store clerk fights back at knife point. Give him a swirly. The man is subdued by a private security guard who holds him down until police arrive. Nothing beats a professional response, but a quick-thinking bystander can thwart a thief.